Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. And now, Viking pregame.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and tonight the 9-1 Viking girls are getting ready to take on the 6-5 Fall Creek Crickets. The Crickets are a perennial powerhouse in the Clover Belt West Conference, and although they're going through a bit of a rebuilding year, they will provide a great warm-up for the Vikings following the holiday break. The Vikings are coming off a tough 44-36 win over the Ladysmith Lumberjills back on December 21st, while the Crickets are coming off a 67-43 win over the Arcadia Raiders last Wednesday. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Fall Creek Crickets and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Sarar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it out to Fall Creek High School, where we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school girls basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's girls basketball game between the Fall Creek Crickets and the Colfax Vikings. The Vikings are looking to keep building following their 44-36 non-conference win over the Ladysmith Lumberjills back on December 21st. In that game, the Vikings were able to overcome a very cold shooting first half by playing strong defense and work their way back to gain the victory. Leading the way for the Vikings in scoring was senior Madison Barstead, who hit for 14 points. Following Barstead was Jasmine Best, who picked up 11. Emily Bertram Schofield added another 9. Thus far this season, the Vikings are led in scoring by sophomore McKenna Shipman, who's averaging nearly 15 points per game. She's followed by Barstead, who's putting up almost 11 points per game. Also leading contributors include Emily Bertram Schofield with nearly 10 points per game, as well as Jillian Bovey and Jasmine Best, who are adding over 6 points per game each. The leading rebounder for the Vikings this season is also Shipman, who's pulling down nearly 8 boards per game. She's followed by Jeanette Hajdukovic, who's averaging 5 rebounds per game, and Barstead, Bertram Schofield, and Ainsley Olson, who are pulling down 4 boards each. Last Wednesday, the Fall Creek Crickets defeated the Arcadia Raiders 67-43. In that game, the Crickets were led by senior forward Gianna Valrath, who hit on 8 field goals, went 2 for 2 from the free throw line for 18 points. She was followed by Tori Martin, who added 17, and Katie Kent, who chipped in 10. Currently leading the way for the Crickets on this season are Kent and Martin, who are averaging over 10 points per game each. They're followed by Valrath, who's putting up over 9 points per game. Now watch for Fall Creek to try to turn this game into a defensive struggle, as that's where these two teams match up closely. The Crickets are giving up only 45 points per game, but a defensive struggle somewhat plays into the Vikings' hands as they give up only 41 points per game. Offensively, the Vikings do have a substantial advantage, scoring over 60 points per game, while the Crickets score only 47. Coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Courtney Sarar on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
9-1 Viking girls basketball. 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 9-1
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Today we're talking with Viking girls head coach Courtney Serrar. And Coach, back on December 21st, we also have an additional person too, I might add. But back on December 21st, the Vikings faced a pretty stiff test against the Ladysmith Lumberjills, where the girls came out successful, winning 44-36. Your comments about that game?
Yeah, it was a different start. It was a long drive, so we kind of got off to, a slow start. We missed a lot of easy ones early on, and I think it kind of shook our confidence a little bit. But luckily, our defense was there to help us. So, it wasn't a pretty win, but it was a win. So,
well, the old adage is that offense wins games and defense wins championships. And if that's the case, sure looks like you have the Vikings headed down the right path, because as cold as your girls were shooting in that first half, probably as cold as the weather is now, it was a strong defense that kept them in the game. Your comments?
Yeah, like I've said, we always play, great defense, and it keeps us in games on nights when, we can't find the hoop, it seems like. We never get down too big where we can't dig ourselves out of the hole, and, we ended the first half on a run, and then second half we're able to take the lead and hold it. So I was impressed with our just ability to stick with it, even though things weren't going our way. We never gave up. We never stopped playing, a high level of defense. We just, battled right to the end.
Now, tonight, the Vikings take on the Fall Creek Crickets. And after a rough start, it appears as though the Crickets may have things back on track following a pretty convincing win over Arcadia last week. What can you tell us about the Fall Creek Crickets?
Yeah, Coach Marski always does, an excellent job with his girls. They have a, historic program that dates back a really long time. So I think they have this game circled on their calendar. We're in the same half sectional, so it's important for, seeding, and this would be a huge win for them. And same for us. We have to win this game. It's the first year where they're just doing electronic seeding. You get what you get. So we need this win for that purpose. And, I know the girls are going to come ready to play. They're chomping at the bit to get back, into game mode. And after having a lot of great practices over break, I think, I'm confident that we're going to, come ready to play and show them that it's going to take their best to beat us.
Now, it appears as though the Crickets present a problem similar to the problem the Vikings give other teams, and that's well-balanced scoring, with Katie Kent, Gianna Valrath, and Tony Martin, as well as a supporting cast. It looks as though your defense will need to be tough all the way across the entire floor tonight. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, they have a lot of kids who can put the ball in the hoop. So, top to bottom, we're going to have to make sure that we come ready to defend. That Kent girl, she's one of the best guards in the area, and the Valrath, she's Cameron.
Oh, she had an opinion.
Yeah, we wanted to say something. She's capable of playing really well, and her height could prevent some challenges for us. So, we've been practicing for it all week. We've worked on it a lot. So I think that the girls are, ready to play and ready to step up to their, defensive challenge.
Now, Fall Creek has been a perennial powerhouse in the Clover Belt West Conference, just like the Vikings have been in the Dunn St. Croix Conference. Both teams have what's referred to as a culture of winning. Now, what kind of impact does that culture have on a team like the Crickets in a year where they might be somewhat rebuilding?
Yeah, I think when you play teams like Fall Creek or you play teams like us, you're always going to get everyone's best game. And I know that regardless of how things have been going for Fall Creek this year, they're going to come ready to play and give us a game. And I think that's just something that we've come to expect night in and night out. So I don't think it's going to be any different on Monday. They've been talking about this. They've had a lot of rest over break, just like us. So they're going to be ready to play, and we have to come ready to play.
Well, Coach Sora, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will be able to tip off the new year on a high note.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Say bye.
Bye, Cameron.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The Vikings are looking to keep the ball rolling and continue on their winning ways. On the other hand, the Crickets would like to head into the new year on a winning note. This is a battle of two teams looking for an excellent chance to hone their skills as each is preparing to get back into conference action. So the stage is set for some exciting high school girls basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, we'll send it out to Fall Creek High School, where Dan Petchow and I will bring you all the action of tonight's non-conference girls game between the Colfax Vikings and the Fall Creek Crickets. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Colfax Viking basketball is on the air.
Maddie Elke's pass gets intercepted. Farstead, she brings it back down the floor. Cuts into the lane. Jumper from the lane, nothing but net this time.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking girls varsity basketball game.
Farstead over to the left side to Best, who puts up the three and hit it. Jasmine Best with a three-pointer. She's got 8 points.
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
Pass down the left side to Hajdukovic. Hook shot goes up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with the power forward hook. And good evening and welcome to Colfax. No, we're at Fall Creek High School. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow, Chris Olson on the camera. And we're getting ready to bring you some girls high school basketball between the Colfax Vikings and the Fall Creek Crickets. Crickets are 6-5 on the season, whereas the Vikings are 9-1.
Yeah, Colfax has it going right now. This will be a good test they haven't seen the Crickets in a while, and so we'll see how they match up.
And the Vikings actually haven't seen much action since before Christmas. I think it was like the 21st or something like that of December. And the Vikings had some action, and now they're getting ready to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I was getting a little stale there for a while.
And Coach Serrar didn't seem to be too concerned about Russ. They've been working hard over vacation. And these are girls that feel like they're kind of on a mission. They want that 4th consecutive conference title and a good seeding in the state high school playoffs. And this is a critical game for that because the Crickets and the Vikings are both in the same sectional.
Yeah, knock on wood. Colfax has stayed healthy this season so far. And they have such a deep bench. You know, they can give their starters a little time off. You know, where were we? Boyceville? And the girls got a lot of this, what I call the second string players, got a lot of time, so as they're getting
warmed up, ready to go, about 4 minutes before the start of this one, let's take a quick time out and get a couple words from our sponsors, and then we'll be back. Dan will give us the starting lineups for tonight's game as you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit dairystatebank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
Back here at Fall Creek High School, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. And Dan, you've got the starters for tonight's game. Why don't you let us know who's going to play in this?
Here's the starters for Fall Creek tonight. They're going to go with senior number 4, Katie Kent. Senior number 10, Gianna Vorath. Junior number 12, Tori Martin. Senior number 14, Annika Steinke. And junior number 20, Jenna Anders. For the Colfax Vikings, they're going to go with senior number 12, Jillian Bovey. Senior number 22, Maddie Barstead. Senior number 24, Emily Bertram Schofield. Junior number 32, Jasmine Best. And sophomore number 42, McKenna Shipman.
And those are the same starting 5 we've had all season, and with results of 9-1, you sure can't complain too much about that.
Yeah, that 5 has something going right now. They seem to find each other, get some open shots. And
I had an opportunity over vacation to watch the Crickets take on Arcadia, down in Arcadia, and they look pretty impressive, putting up about 67, if I remember right. I don't remember the exact score, but something like 60. Well, hang on a second, I've got it right here. It was 67-43. They knocked off Arcadia, and they look pretty impressive doing that. But that was an offensive performance that was not their normal offensive performance. And so now we're about to send it down to the scorers table to get their version of the starting lineups along with our national anthem. And that'll be coming up in just a couple seconds, as both teams have gone back over to their bench. I guess technically it's benches, but it's one solid bench going all the way across. So I guess I was right.
Yeah, it's a little smaller gym here.
We are right, almost courtside. We're up in the bleachers, but it's almost courtside. In fact, you'd pay a lot of money at an NBA game to sit this close. All right, let's send it down to the scores table for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, your national anthem. Welcome to Colfax High School for this evening's non-conference girls basketball game. The 7th all-time meeting between the Colfax Vikings and the Colfax Crickets. Starting line for Colfax, a senior, number 12, Jillian Bobby. A senior, number 22, Madison Barstad. A senior, number 24, Emily Berkman Schofield. A senior, number 32, Jasmine Best. And a sophomore, number 42, McMahon Shipman. The Vikings are head coach by Courtney Sorrower. Third number 4, Great at the guards, a senior, number 4, Katie Kemp. The other guard, a junior, number 20, Jenna Anders. In the middle, a senior, then Gianna Borat. At the forwards, a junior, 12, Corey Martin. The other forward, a senior, number 14, Anna Steiny. Head coach of the Vikings is Jason Murphy. Your officials assigned to this evening's ball game are Fisher, Garrett Larson, and Jeremy Lane.
And so there's the starting lineups, direct from the scores table, and lo and behold, they're the same thing Dan had. So for the Crickets, it's Kent Volrath, Martin, Steinke, and Anders. For the Vikings, the usual Bovey Barstead, Bertram Schofield, Best, and Shipman. McKenna Shipman to jump center for the Vikings. And I believe she'll be jumping against Jana Volrath. And that's who's stepping into the center circle for the Crickets. The referee steps in. Ball goes up, and the tip is controlled by the Crickets. That's Anders with it between the circles. Feeds it over to the left side to Kent. Back out high to Volrath, down underneath, lay up and in by Tori Martin. Fall Creek on top, 2-0. Best with it, gets it over to Barstead, who brings it down the floor. Across the timeline, gets it back over to Best. She's still in the center circle. Over to Barstead on the left side. To Bertram Schofield. Takes it out to the elbow. To Best, over to Barstead. To Shipman. Shipman underneath. or no, that's Shipman underneath. Gets it to Barstead, who lets it up and in. And down the floor comes Steinke. They're on the right side, gets it out to Ballrath, high, wide, and right. Gets it out between the circles to Kent. Over to Anders on the left. Back over to Ballrath on the right. Back over to Anders. Down into the left corner to that's Steinke. Out to Ballrath. Takes it down the lane. Kicks it out to Anders on the right side. Gets it back out high to Steinke. Then they get it down to Kent. Puts it up and the shot gets blocked out of bounds. Barstead with the block. Score remains 2-2. Crickets inbound it. Steinke gets it over to Ballrath. Cross court pass over to Anders. Anders out to between the circles, over to Steinke. Steinke feeds it down into the lane. Turnaround jumper by Martin is good. Vikings coming down the floor. Best on the dribble. Gets it across the timeline, takes it between the circles into the lane. Feeds it over into the corner. Steinke. Now they get it over to Shipman, drives into the lane. Ball gets stripped and Anders has it and she comes across the timeline. Ballrath with it. To Steinke and then out to the free throw line to Martin with a jump shot and it's good. That's 4 points for Martin. Best across the timeline. Takes it down the right side. Kicks it back out. Shot is up no good by Shipman. And the rebound goes to Fall Creek. Down the floor quickly. Shot goes up and in by Martin.
That's 6 quick points for Tori Martin.
And down the floor. Vikings have the ball get knocked out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. Bertram Schofield with it, tries to put the shot up, it does not go in. Rebound taken down by the Crickets. 8-2 Crickets on top, Martin with the layup and in. And we're gonna get a timeout on the floor. It's 10-2, Fall Creek on top of the Vikings, 14:53 to go in the first half. And you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings. Back here at Fall Creek, Vikings to inbound the ball, trailing 10-2. Ball comes into Bovey. We'll get it up to Best, across the timeline. Feeds it over to Shipman on the right side. She's high, wide, and right. Gets it out to Barstead. Then back over to Best. Now she's got it between the circles. To Bertram Schofield on the left. Gets it back out to Barstead at the top of the key. Over to the right side to Bovey. Bovey out to Best. Best drives into the lane. Kicks it back out to Shipman. Puts up the three and she hit it. McKenna Shipman with a three-pointer. 10-5. Vikings cut the lead to 5. Crickets have it. Kent with a three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by Bertram Schofield. She gets it over to Best. Best brings it across the timeline right through the center circle. Takes it over to the right side. Gets it out high to Shipman. Over to Barstead on the left. Bertram Schofield trying the left baseline, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Crickets. Down the floor comes Steinke. She feeds it over to Ballrath, now over to the right side to Kent. Kent taking it over to the right elbow to Martin. Now on the left side. Now to Ballrath at the top of the key. Feeds it into the lane, ball gets knocked away, taken away by the Vikings. Pass down the floor to Shipman, and she lays it up and in. 10-7, Vikings have cut it to 3. Down the floor come the Crickets. Anders with it, she feeds it over to the left side to Ballrath, who brings it out between the circles. Back to Anders on the right. Out high to Martin. Over to the left side to Kent. To Anders down in the left corner. She's kind of tied up there, gets it out to Ballrath high. She drives to the right elbow and cuts into the lane, turns, and almost dragged that pivot foot. She came really close, gets it out to Steinke. Steinke takes it down to the right baseline. To Martin. Over to Ballrath. Over to the left side to Anders, drives into the lane, lays it up and in. 12-7. Best brings it down the floor. Feed it over to the right side to Bertram Schofield. Puts a shake and bake on, takes it into the lane, gets it out to Shipman, and they're going to get Shipman with a travel. She did kind of a reverse hop as she was putting the ball down to the floor.
Yeah, she tried to give a little fake there and just hop forward a little bit.
Crickets with it. Ballrath gets it across the timeline, feed it over to Anders on the right side. To Kent, then they get it to Martin, to Steinke, to Ballrath at the top of the key. Ballrath takes it to the free throw line, ball gets knocked loose. Down underneath the Ballrath, she puts it up, it bounces off, no good. Rebound taken down by the Crickets. Head out to Martin. Ballrath has it at the top of the key. Feeds it over to Kent on the right side. Ballrath has it again. Feeding it back out to Martin. Over to Steinke on the left. Steinke feeds down underneath to Martin. She puts it up. It's no good. But a whistle and a foul. Foul is going to be on Barstad. That's going to be her first personal.
First foul of the game so far.
So Martin at the line. Her first shot is up. Then good. Checking into the lineup is Kennedy Tum. Second shot on the way. Rolls around and off. Rebound. And they're going to say the last one to touch it was Ainsley Olsen, so it'll be Fall Creek ball. Inbound pass out to Ballrath. To Tum. High, wide, and right. Cross-court pass to Anders. To Martin. To Tum at the top of the key. Drives into the lane. Puts it up. It rattles around and in. 15-7. Fall Creek on top. Vikings bring it down the floor. Best on the dribble. Gets it off to Olsen. Passes it over to the left side to Shipman. Shipman takes it to the lane. Drives down, lays it up. It rolls off. No good. Rebound taken away by the Crickets. Down the floor comes Tum across the timeline. Dishes it off. And now they get it over to the right side to Kent. Pass into the lane. Up and in by Martin. 17-7, 10-point lead. That's the biggest lead of the night for Fall Creek. Best with it. Gets it to Olsen. Now over to Shipman. Puts up the three. Off the iron. No good. Rebound by Olsen. Turns around. Tries to feed it into the lane. Barstead comes away with it. Trying to find an outlet pass and can't get it. But now they've got it tied up underneath. And we're going to get...
We got a foul.
A foul on Best.
Calling Jasmine Best.
That'll be her first personal, second team foul on the Vikings. Clawwitter into the lineup for the Crickets. Ballrath with it at the top of the key, takes it down the right side of the lane. Pass got tipped, but the Crickets get it back. Clawwitter has it, gets it over to Ballrath. Ballrath on the right side, tries to get it into the lane. Ball gets intercepted by Barstead as she brings it down the floor. Takes it down the left side of the lane. Turns, feeds it into the lane to Shipman, lays it up, it rolls off. Rebound taken down by the Crickets. Vikings can't buy a shot. This is the way they were shooting when they were up in Ladysmith, too, at the beginning of the game. Crickets have it between the circles. They get it over to Clawwitter. Now to Ballrath. Tum has it on the left side to Clawwitter. Over to Kent. Kent drives into the lane, puts up a jumper, no good. Rebound taken down by Barstead. To Best. Vikings across the timeline. Feeding it over to the left side to Shipman. Shipman out high to Hydorn. Get it over to Best. To Olsen, high, wide, and right. Drives into the lane, puts a shot up, it got blocked, but they also got part of Olsen. She's going to go to the line for two. Falls on Ballrath. That's the first foul on the Crickets. Ainsley Olsen at the line for two. First one's on the way. It's good. Hajdukovic into the lineup. Bovey back in for the Vikings. Olsen's second shot off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by the Crickets, and down the floor they come. Tum with it, puts it up, got fouled on the way up. And that's going to be a foul, I think, on Hyder. No, I take it back. Fouls on Bovey. It's her first personal. Third team foul on the Vikings. Kennedy Tum at the line. First shot is up and good. Second shot is up and good. Vikings come down with it. 19-8, feet across underneath Olsen, lays it up and in. Ainsley Olsen with the layup. And the Crickets have it down the floor. It's 19-10. Feeding underneath, shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Barstead. Quickly down the floor, she hurries. Takes it down into the lane, feeds it back out to Hydorn to Olsen. Olsen tries to feed it underneath, and we're going to get a whistle underneath. And the foul is going to be on Clawwitter. That'll be her first personal, second team foul on the Crickets. Martin coming out for a break. Pass goes into Hajdukovic, gets it out to Olsen. Feeds it over to Hydorn, to Barstead, back out to Bovey. She lays it up, it does not go in. Ball gets knocked around, chased down by Barstead. She's got it out high between the circles. Feeds it over to Olsen on the right side. Olsen drives to the top of the key, gives it off to Barstead. Barstead takes it down, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Crickets. Tum with it. Feeds it down the floor to Anders. Anders gets it out high to Grossinger. And then over to Anders, who puts the three up and in. Jenna Anders with the three-pointer. Crickets up by 12. Bovey with it, takes it into the lane.
Feeds it over to Olsen. Kicks it out to Barstead. Barstead into the lane, lays it up, and it goes in.
Maddie Barstead at 4 points.
Long three goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings, and we're going to get a foul. Foul's on Anders. That's her first personal. Third team foul on the Crickets. Team fouls are all even at 3. 6:42 to go in the first half. Vikings trail by 10. Best with it. She brings it across the timeline. Now she does. Feeds it over to the right side. Shipman puts up the three. Rattles around and off. Tom bringing it down the floor for the Crickets. Takes it to the right side. Feeds it out high. And then they get it to Anders on the left. Back out to Tom. To Steinke. Cross-court pass over to Tom. Back over to Anders on the left baseline. Puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Best. And we're going to get a foul. Foul's on Anders again. That's her second personal, 4th team foul. Katie Kent back into the lineup for Jenna Anders.
Good job by Colfax defense to box out.
Best with it. Between the circles. Feeds it over to Bertram Schofield on the left side. Turns around in the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound. That was taken down by Grossinger, and down the floor come the Crickets. Steinke getting it out high to Tom. Back over to Anders. Now back out to Steinke. Underneath to Grossinger. Over to Kent. To Tom. Tom on the right side, gets it over to the left side. Steinke into the lane, turns, puts it up and in.
Her first 2 points.
24-12. Fall Creek on top. Best has it. She gets it over to Shipman. Shipman puts up a shot. No good. Hajdukovic with the putback. It's no good. Shipman gets the rebound, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul.
Number 14.
Annika Steinke committing the foul. Ballrath back into the game. And out of the lineup comes Shipman with a little bit of blood on her arm. Looks like she got scratched or something. And out of the lineup is Clawwitter for the same reason. She's got to change jerseys, I believe. Got a little blood on her jersey.
So
we'll have to make sure we check the number when she comes back out. Shot goes up, no good by Barstead. Rebound gets chased down by Best. Looks like she was able to keep the same jersey. Bertram Schofield on the dribble. Takes it to the free throw line. Kicks it back out to Best. Best takes it down into the right corner. Feeds it into the lane. Shot goes up, no good by Barstead. And it'll be Viking ball as it goes out of bounds.
Both teams trying to be patient, work the ball inside.
Vikings inbound it to Best. To Barstead at the free throw line. She dribbles it back out between the circles. Gets it over to Bertram Schofield on the left. Takes it toward the lane. Turns. Feeds it to Hajdukovic. Out to Bovey on the right side. Bovey turns around, looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets it over to Bertram Schofield. That's a two-pointer by Bertram Schofield just inside the arc.
Her first two.
So down the floor come the Crickets. Vikings trail by 10, and Kent takes an extra step. Shipman back into the lineup after her blood is taken care of. Barstead inbounds it to Best. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Vikings trailing by 10. Best on the dribble, takes it into the lane. Feeds it out to Bertram Schofield. Takes it around into the lane, puts a shot up and in. Emily Bertram Schofield with 4 points now. Down the floor come the Crickets. Shot from the corner by Martin is no good. Or that was by Steinke. Vikings coming right back down with it. Shipman lays it up and in. It's a 24-18. Vikings cut it to 6. Crickets have it on the left side. That's Tum with it. Gets it to Steinke, to Ballrath between the circles. Over to Tum on the right. To Martin. Her pass gets knocked away, but she chases it down. Ballrath has it now between the circles. Over to Tum from the right side. Long three-pointer in and out, no good. Rebound by the Vikings. 2.5 minutes to go. Feed down the floor to Shipman. She lays it up, it's no good. Trying to get the rebound, she went over the back.
That'll be her first.
So McKenna Shipman with her fourth team foul on the Vikings. And we have a timeout on the floor. With the score, Fall Creek 24, Vikings 18. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing.
When you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism-boosting teas and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFem is a slam dunk. That's FitFem Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
Back here at Fall Creek High School. Vikings trailing. Give a shout out to one of the Vikings' top fans. Joe Burden is at home recovering from COVID. And I know you wish you could have been here with us. We wish you could have been here with us. Could have used a little bit of the extra power you have. Vikings steal the inbound. And going up with a shot of Shipman, she got fouled by Ballrath. So Joe, you hurry up and get through your isolation period so you can get back to these Vikings games. McKenna Shipman at the line. First shot on the way, and then out, no good. (24-18). 2:21 to go in the first half. Shipman's second shot is on the way, off the front of the iron, no good. Martin comes down with the rebound, gets it to Ballrath, who brings it across the timeline. Takes it into the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound! Taken down by Fall Creek. They get it out to Ballrath, who's high, and they get it over to the right side to Kent. Now into the lane to Martin, and Martin goes up, got fouled by Best.
That's Jasmine's second.
Heidorn checking in.
Martin at the line. Shot is up and in. Tom in for the Crickets. Hydorn in for the Vikings. Next shot is up. It's good.
Tori Martin with 13 points here in the first half.
Say 13?
13.
Okay. She's having a big half. Vikings going to have to do something to shut that down. They bring the ball down the left side. Bertram Schofield trying the left baseline. Turns around, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Fall Creek. That's the other thing the Vikings are going to have to do, is going to have to start rebounding. Crickets work it around to the left side. Kent with a shot from the left side of the lane. It rolls around and in. 28-18, a 10-point lead again. Minute 23 to go. Hydorn feeds it over to Barstead, puts up a jumper from the left baseline. It's good. 28-20. Tum with it. They get it over to the left side to Kent. Kent takes it into the lane. Gets it out to Martin. Martin, we got a whistle and a foul. And falls on Bovey. Olsen checks in for Bovey. That's the 16th foul. Any more fouls on the Vikings and the Crickets will be shooting. Actually, both teams will be shooting whatever the next foul would happen to be. Feed into the lane to Martin, turn around. It's no good. Olsen with the rebound. Down the floor come the Vikings. Barstead on the dribble.
See if they hold for one shot.
Hydorn stops, gets it to Shipman, slams it up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Crickets. Down the floor they come, 35 seconds to go in the half. Across the timeline to Kent, tries to feed it underneath, and we're going to get a foul on Barstead.
Tried to reach around.
That'll be the 7th foul.
Second foul on Maddie.
Into the lineup for the Vikings. That's 2 on Barstead. Is that what you said, Dan?
That's 2 on Barstead. Yep.
So Martin at the line for the 1-on-1. First shot's on the way. No good. Rebound being fought for. We're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. That's first jump ball tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, yeah.
That's kind of unusual.
Colfax gets one more shot here before the half.
Hydorn brings it down the floor, across the timeline. Over on the right side, and pass comes back out to Hydorn. She didn't know it was coming, and we're going to get an over and back call against the Vikings with 13.7 to go in the half. It's Fall Creek's ball.
Colfax has to play tight defense right now. Ainsley Olsen and Jeanette Hajdukovic.
Across the timeline comes Kent. Takes it to the right side. Drives down towards the lane. Tries to go through traffic. And they're going to say jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Fall Creek.
Colfax can't let anything inside.
5.5 seconds to go. Steinke out to Kent. Kent puts up the 3. It's no good. Rattled it out, almost went down, but it did not. So the score at halftime is the Fall Creek Crickets 28, Vikings 20. We have Viking halftime coming right up. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network at NLWN-TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with JC Bovey. And JC's a sophomore here at Colfax High School. And JC, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
Cross country.
Cross country. So you too got to run at the state meet.
Yes, yep.
That must have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So when did you start playing basketball and what kind of an experience has it been?
Probably first grade, and I've just always enjoyed it, and yeah.
Okay. So what's the most important thing that you've learned from basketball?
Use your teammates. They're there for a reason.
Okay. Okay, rely on them, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested, entertained, or occupied?
Running.
Just a lot of running.
Yep.
Huh? Keep those feet moving.
Yep.
All right. I've got a couple rapid fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
Any particular flavor?
No.
Just cold and creamy, right?
Yep.
Okay. Your favorite color and why?
Blue. I don't know really. I just like the ocean and it's blue, so.
Okay. Now, if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
To run super fast.
Okay.
I think that would get me a lot of places, so.
Okay. And with a superpower, of course, you have to have a superhero name to go with it. What is JC's superhero name?
Balling Bovey.
Okay. How about your favorite NBA or WNBA team?
Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay. And how about your favorite collegiate team?
I don't really have one, I guess.
All right. Probably Wisconsin?
Yeah.
All right. All right. We're talking with JC Bovey on Viking Profile. And JC, what are your plans for after high school? You've got plenty of time yet, but if you're leaning towards anything?
Go to college and be a nurse.
And be a nurse. Okay. How about a shout out to the family?
My parents, thanks for supporting me, and yeah.
Okay. So when people watch Viking games, where are they going to find you on the floor?
Point guard.
At a point guard. All right, really good. We want to thank JC Bovey for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, it starts to work itself out.
Time now for the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
The Colfax Vikings athletics kept a low profile during the holiday break. The only team in action was the Bloomer Colfax Wrestlers. They competed at the Northern Badger Tournament in River Falls on December 29th and 30th. 4 wrestlers placed in the tournament for Bloomer Colfax. Capturing 12th at 220 pounds was Sammy Espinal. Placing 9th at 170 pounds was Ethan Rubenzer. Taking 3rd place at 145 pounds was Luke Blanchard, who defeated David Olson from St. Croix Central on a 3-0 decision. The top finisher for Bloomer Colfax was Bowen Rothbauer, who wrestled to 2nd place at 160 pounds. He was defeated in the championship match by Cole Marco from St. Croix Falls on an 11-3 decision. Prior to the Northern Badger, the Wrestlers traveled to Boyceville to take on the Bulldogs on December 16th. The Bulldogs had the upper hand on that day, defeating Bloomer Colfax 54-24. The next day, the 17th, the Wrestlers went to Cameron for a multi-duel event where they finished the day with 2 wins and 2 losses. The Cameron Comets defeated Bloomer Colfax 60-22, but then Bloomer Colfax bounced back to defeat Prescott 36-30. The Durand Panthers upended Bloomer Colfax 46-36, and Bloomer Colfax finished the day on a high note by defeating Unity 42-18. Now this week, the Viking basketball teams get back underway with each team having 3 games. The Viking girls travel to Fall Creek on January 3rd. Then they host the Spring Valley Cardinals in Game 2 of a boys-girls doubleheader on Thursday, followed by hosting the Hayward Hurricanes on Saturday. We are carrying all 3 games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking boys will host the Turtle Lake Lakers on Tuesday. Then on Thursday, they will take on the Augusta Beavers in Game 1 of that boy-girl doubleheader. That will be followed on Friday with the boys traveling to Boyceville to take on the Bulldogs. We will also have those 3 games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, coming up next week, the Bloomer Colfax Wrestlers will take on the Stanley Boyd Orioles in a dual meet at Colfax High School on January 11th. Then on Saturday the 15th, the Grapplers travel to Ladysmith for the Ladysmith Invitational. The Viking boys basketball team will have 3 games next week. On Monday the 10th, they will host the Olivastrum Cardinals. On Thursday the 13th, the boys will host the Spring Valley Cardinals. And then on Friday the 14th, they will host the Somerset Spartans. The Viking girls are scheduled for 2 games next week. On Tuesday the 11th, the girls will battle for first place in the Dun St. Croix Conference when they travel to Elk Mound to take on the Mounders. Then on Friday the 14th, the girls will travel to Plum City High School where they will take on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. We currently plan to carry all 5 Viking basketball games next week on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. In other school news, the annual FFA conference runs this Friday and Saturday, and the Dorian Vocal Music Festival runs from Sunday the 9th through the 11th. And that's what's happening at Colfax High School for the week of January 2nd through the 8th.
You've been tuned to the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School. Stay tuned. Coming up next is more Viking halftime and then second half action.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Fall Creek High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchall, Chris Olson on the camera. And Dan, we have a 28-20 score. How'd we get there?
Yeah, here's the scores right now for Fall Creek. Their leading scorer right now is Tori Martin with 13. And then we got a whole pile of other ones. We got Jenna Anders with 5. We got Katie Kent with 2. Gianna Vorath with 2. We got Annika Steike with 2. Marissa Dunham with 2. And Kennedy Tum with 1. For the Vikings, their leading scorer right now is number 42, McKenna Shipman with 7. Followed by Maddie Barstead with 6. We got Emily Bertram Schofield with 4. And we got Ainsley Olson with 3.
Okay, and we were talking during halftime a little bit. Vikings are going to have to pick up the pace with their feet a little bit, and they're also going to have to start doing a little better job of clearing the boards because Fall Creek is absolutely dominating the rebounds.
Yeah, you know, they looked a little sloppy in the first half here. Just didn't get in rhythm, and so we'll see what coach did to get them ready for the second half.
So Vikings to inbound the ball to start the second half, trailing by 8. Bovey's going to inbound it to Best. And she has it. Shipman, Barstead, and Bertram Schofield also out there. Bertram Schofield has it on the left. Gets it back out to Shipman, to Best on the right, to Bovey. Back out high to Barstead. To Best. She gets it over to Bovey. Dribbles over to the left side to Bertram Schofield. Drives down the left side of the lane. Feeds it over into the left corner to Barstead. Back out high to Bovey. Drives into the lane. Puts it up and in. 28-22. Vikings trailing. Ballrath with the ball. Gets it over to Martin at the top of the key. Feeds it over to the right side to Kent. Back out high to Martin to Ballrath. Over to the left side to Steinke. To Ballrath. Back down into the corner to Anders. She feeds it underneath to Ballrath. To Martin. Shot goes up. No good. Rebound taken down by Barstead. Good authoritative rebound that time by Barstead. Best with it. Tries to feed underneath. Gets it to Shipman, who gets it out to Bertram Schofield. Puts up a 3. No good. Rebound taken down by Barstead. Feeds underneath. And basket goes in by Shipman. Vikings have cut it to 4. Down the floor come the Crickets. Anders with it on the right side. Gets it over to Ballrath. She's high. Gets it over to the left side to Kent. Kent takes it to the top of the key. Over to Anders on the right. Out high to Martin. Feeds down underneath. Steinke picks up the loose ball. Gets it over to Anders. Ball gets tipped as they're trying to pass it over. It's tipped by Bertram Schofield and out of bounds.
Falkirk trying to get it inside to Gianna Ballrath.
Anders inbounds it to Steinke. Back out high to Anders on the left side. Out between the circles. Back over to Steinke on the left. Back out high to Martin. Feeds it underneath. Little too hot for Ballrath to handle.
Yeah, there's a little mismatch right now between Shipman and Ballrath. They're guarding each other. Ballrath's got the height advantage right now.
Best brings it down the floor for the Vikings and across the timeline. Bovey with a 3. She hit the three-pointer! And the Vikings have closed it to 1. And we have a timeout on the floor. Vikings trail 28-20, 7:15:38 to go. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
Back here at Fall Creek High School, Vikings trail by 1 after trailing by as much as 12 in the first half. As we were saying while that ad was running, it's a lot like that JV game that the Vikings ended up winning 46-43. But the Vikings trailed throughout much of that game, came back and fought back and took a lead in the second half. Crickets inbound the ball. Vikings putting on full court pressure. Ballrath has it in the forecourt now. High, wide, and right. Cross court pass over to Steinke. Turns around in the lane. Tries to get it out. Ball gets knocked loose. It's on the floor. Vikings pick it up. Bovey with it. Across the timeline. Gets it over to Barstead. Puts up the 3. She missed it. Best with the rebound. Feeds to Barstead. Coming down the lane. Puts up the shot. Puts her own shot back up and no good. Cricket's trying to bring it down the floor. We're going to get a foul called. And the foul is going to be on Barstead.
That's her third.
First team foul on the Vikings. Anders inbounds it. It passes intercepted by Bertram Schofield. And down the floor come the Vikings. Long pass, and it goes out of bounds. And the officials are looking at each other, and it's going to be Cricket ball. Ballrath looking for somewhere to go with it. Finally got it in to Steinke, then to Anders, then to Ballrath. Cross-court pass to Steinke, coming down, putting it up, no good. Rebound picked up by Anders to Kent, puts up a shot, partially blocked. Vikings come away with it. It's Best coming down the floor. Takes it down the right side of the lane, lays it up. She got fouled going up.
Yeah, good move by Jasmine Best there. Draw the contact to get the two
The other
free
part
throws.
of that was some real good scrapping under the basket by Shipman.
Yeah, their defense is starting to pick up. That was Gianna's fourth. Or third.
First shot is up and no good. Olsen and Hydorn check in for Bovee and Barstead. Second shot is up. It's good, and we are tied. 14:27 to go. They gave the ball to Olsen to inbound. It's supposed to be cricket ball. And Ainsley decided, what the heck, if they're going to give it to me, I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
So now the Crickets have it. They get it in. Tum with it. Feeds it down the floor to Ballrath. Quick pass over to Martin. She lays it up and in.
Yeah, good play there by Fall Creek.
Nice ball movement that time. Olsen with it down in the forecourt. Gets it back out to Best. Best drives down the right side, lays it up. Shot goes in, and they're going to say it's good. And the foul is on Grossing. No, Tum.
Yes, the foul on Kennedy Tum.
The foul is on Kennedy Tum. Best shot is up. It's no good. So we're tied at 30. Down the floor come the Crickets. Ballrath with it. Feeds it underneath to Martin. She puts a shot up. It's no good. Second shot. She got fouled by Shipman.
Foul on McKenna Shipman.
This is Martin at the line. First shot is up. It's good. Clawwitter into the lineup, giving Ballrath a bit of a break. Second shot is up. It's off the air, no good. Shipman with the rebound. Down the floor comes Shipman. McKenna Shipman on the drive, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Crickets. And quickly back down the floor come the Crickets. Martin lays it up, no good. Rebound hauled down by Shipman.
Yeah, this isn't Colfax's game right now. This fast pace, they need to slow it down a little bit.
Best on the dribble at the free throw line, drives into the lane, puts a shot up, it goes in. And the Vikings have their first lead of the night, 32-31. Down the floor comes Tum. Spins on the left side, takes it into the lane, kicks it out to Kent, high, wide, and right. Long three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken down by Bertram Schofield. She brings it down the floor on the right side at the elbow. Kicks it back out to Best. Best puts up the three-pointer. She hit the three-pointer. Jasmine Best with the three-point shot. Vikings putting on the full court press, and we have a timeout on the floor. 12:59 to go. Vikings on top, 35-31. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit dairystatebank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank. Simplify your life. Pleasant Valley Properties provides affordable housing and homes in communities in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. They have staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. Contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200. Call today and let them help you get into the home of your dreams. That's Pleasant Valley Properties, 301 Bremer Avenue in Colfax.
Back here at Fall Creek High School, Vikings have struggled and gotten back into the lead by 4, 35-31. Crickets have the ball. Vikings putting on full court pressure. Steal the inbound ball. Shipman puts it up and puts it
in. She's got 11.
Crickets have it. Anders with it. Gets it over to Plowwitter. Plowwitter feeds it over to Tum. Down into the left corner to Kent. Into the lane. It's Martin with it. She's tied up. Gets it back out to Tum. Over to Clawwitter. Three-pointer's no good. Rebound, and we're going to get a foul called. And that foul's going to be on Martin.
And Tori Martin. That's her fourth.
That's a big foul if that's her fourth personal. Or first personal.
Oh, sorry. Tori's right below Gianna.
You put it on you were on the wrong line there, my friend. And now Tom fouls Best.
That's her second.
And that'll be the fourth team foul on the Crickets. Vikings inbound it. Bertram Schofield with it. Kicks it out to Hydorn, back to Bertram Schofield on the right side. She takes it out between the circles. Takes it into the lane, lays up the shot, it goes in, and she drew the foul. Emily Bertram Schofield. And the foul is on Anders. She has no idea what she did.
That's Anders' third.
And Bertram Schofield at the lane to shoot one. 39-31. Shot is no good. Rebound. Inbound pass on the rebound is intercepted by the Crickets, and Ballrath lays it up and in. 39-33. Vikings up by 6. Best on the dribble. She gets it across the timeline. Takes it over to the right side. Ball gets tapped, goes out of bounds. Was off a Tum. And into the lineup is Bovey and Barstead and Hajdukovic. Pass goes into Best. Best on the dribble. Gets it out to Barstead on the right side. To Bovey. To Best. Best tries the right baseline, gets it out to Barstead, two-pointer on the way, and she hit it just inside the arc. 41-33. Down the floor come the Crickets. Anders with a shot, and she kind of got hammered by Bertram Schofield, and she's going to go to the line. Emily Bertram Schofield was trying to beg for that to be on the floor, but not this time, Emily.
It was a late whistle.
First shot is good by Anders. (41-34). Vikings on top. 11:23 to go. Anders' second shot is also good. 41-35. 6-point lead. Here
Anders
comes Best down the floor. Over to Barstead. Now down into the left corner to Bovey. Back out to Barstead to Best. Back over to Bovey. Bovey with a three-pointer on the way. High off the iron. No good. Rebound tipped around. It's out of bounds. And it's going to be cricket ball. Last touch by the Vikings. It was tipped around a little bit there, and the last one to get it were the Vikings. Vikings still with that full court pressure. They inbound it to Kent. Get it over to Martin, over to Anders. Lays it up, no good. Rebound. We're going to get a whistle. And Emily Bertram Schofield. No, that's not her. They're going to say the foul's on Hajdukovic, I believe. Emily Hajdukovic.
Her first.
That's a fourth team foul. Martin at the line. Shot is up. It's good. $10:55 to go in the game. Second shot is up. Off the back of the iron. Rebound. Taken down by Bertram Schofield to Best. She brings it down the floor as the Vikings lead by 5. Best gets it over to Barstead. Back over to Best across the timeline. To Barstead over on the right side to Bovey. To Barstead out high. Best on the left side to Barstead at the top of the key. To Hajdukovic. A little bit of a high pass to Bovey. She got it over to Barstead. Down into the left corner. Bertram Schofield puts the shot up, no good. Rebound by Barstead. Shot is up, no good. Gets it over, and they're going to get it with a travel.
Yeah, Falkirk doubled up Hajdukovic down low and left Emily open on the outside.
Well, they were trying to get the ball to her, but she lost her footing. Down the floor comes Tum. To Valrath, over to Anders. Back over to Martin, to Valrath. Pass was a little bit too high. She couldn't control it, goes out of bounds. And the Vikings will have it. Best on the dribble. Gets it into the forecourt to Bovey. Back over to Best between the circles. To Bertram Schofield in the lane, turns around, puts a shot up and in. Emily Bertram Schofield.
She's got 8.
43-36. Martin with it between the circles, gets it over to the right side to Valrath. She's high, wide, and right. Takes it between the circles. Almost lost control, kicks it out to the left side to Anders. Back to the lane to Valrath. Out high to Tum. Shot is high off the iron, no good. Rebound. Hajdukovic didn't know it was coming, and Tum was going up with the shot, got fouled on her way up. And the foul is going to be on Best.
Her third.
That's the fifth foul on the Vikings. Tum at the line. Shot is up and good. 43-37. Jasmine Best comes out. Shipman back in. Second shot is up and good. 43-38. Vikings up by 5. 9:17 to go. Bovey with it. To Barstead to Bovey. Back to Barstead. Down into the corner to Shipman. Into the lane to Hajdukovic. Out high to Bovey. She thought about the three. And went back to the dribble. Over to Barstead. To Shipman on the left side. Back out high to Bovey. To Barstead. Back to Bovey. Bovey at the free throw line. Back out to Barstead to Shipman. Underneath to Hajdukovic. Puts the shot up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with the two, 45-38. And down the floor come the Vikings. Long pass, or the Crickets. Long pass down to the left corner. Now they get it back out between the circles. Tum with it to Kent. To Vollrath. Shot goes up, partially blocked. But they get the rebound. Tum has it on the right side. Martin with a three, high off the iron. Rebound taken down by Shipman. Down the floor comes Bovey. Feeding it over to the right side to Barstead to Shipman. Puts up the three. No! Rebound taken down by the Crickets. Down the floor they come. Martin with it. Being challenged. Shot goes up, no good. Shipman with the rebound. Down the floor she comes. Stops, puts it up. She hit it! 47-38. 9-point lead for the Vikings. I think that's their biggest lead of the night. Tum with it. She gets it over to Martin on the left. Back to Tum between the circles. Over onto the right side to Anders. To Vollrath. Takes it down the right side, puts it up. And that one went over the backboard, off the strap. Sat up there for a minute, rolled down. It'll be Viking ball. A little too much oomph on that.
Yeah, good job by Colfax here in the second half. They kind of settled down, getting their game figured out.
Inbound pass comes to Shipman. To Barstead. She's got it between the circles. Takes it over to the right side. Now drives into the lane. Looking for somewhere to go. Oh, and they misconnected on the pass. And we're going to get an over and back. That's the second over and back called against the Vikings tonight.
Yeah, somebody has to help Maddie Barstead on that one. She got
Jasmine Best back into the lineup. Hajdukovic coming out. And Hydorn is also coming in. And Bovey comes out. Crickets to inbound. Anders with it. Gets it to Vollrath. Back to Anders. High, wide, and right. Gets it to Vollrath on the right wing. Takes it down into the right corner. Tries the right baseline. Doesn't have anywhere to go with it. Gets it out high on the right side. Shot goes up, no good. Vollrath gets the rebound, no good. And that rebound is a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Crickets. 47-38. Vikings still up by 9. 6:48 to go. Ball comes into Vollrath. Over to Tum, now out to Anders. On the right, from the right corner, shot is no good. Rebound blocked. And the Vikings have it. Best brings it across the timeline. Stops at the top of the key, puts up the three, no good. Rebound taken down by the Crickets. Pass gets intercepted by Bertram Schofield. Kicks it back out. Shot goes up, no good. And we're going to get a foul called on Bertram Schofield for over the back on the rebound.
That'll be her second.
That's the 6th foul on the Vikings. So Fall Creek will be in the bonus from this point on. Down the floor comes Anders with it. Feeds it back out to Vollrath. Now over to the right side to Clawwitter, or Grossinger. Check that out. Vollrath with it on the left. Over to Grossinger on the right. Tries the right baseline. Her shot gets blocked. Barstead on the rebound. She brings it down the floor. Takes it into the lane. Puts a shot up. No good. Rebound. Taken down by the Crickets. Anders with it. Takes it down the right side. Out to Vollrath. And we're going to get a whistle. And it's a foul on Shipman. And I believe that, yes, that will send the Crickets to the free throw line for the bonus.
Yeah, I thought they were going to get Vollrath on a little forearm push there, but Yep, McKenna on the block.
So Ballrath with a 1-and-1. First shot is up. No good. Rebound controlled by the Vikings. Barstead went up to get it. And Best has it across the timeline. Takes it down the left side of the lane. Kicks it out to Bertram Schofield. She drives into the lane. Out to Shipman. Shipman on the baseline, and we have a whistle and a foul and a timeout called by the Vikings. I guess it was not a foul. It was a timeout by the Vikings. 5:22 to go. Vikings lead 47-38. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Find it's time to harvest? Give a call to Aaron's Custom Baling. Aaron will provide you with 4x5 net-wrapped round bales. He can even give your bales that spruced up look with select custom netting if you'd like. Serving Western Wisconsin, that's Aaron's Custom Baling. Call 715-202-0118.
Join us at NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network for exciting high school boys basketball.
This is what we came in for!
Our next game will be on January 4th when the Viking boys take on the Turtle Lake Lakers from Colfax High School. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the Viking pregame at 6:55 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking boys basketball on Monday, January 4th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Back here at Fall Creek High School, Rick Olson along with Dan Petshaw. We've got a barn burner here. Vikings on top by 9, 47-38. But I'll tell you what, Dan, that 9 points, that's not enough to hold up with 5:22 left.
Yeah, this is a fast pacer in the second half. Who's got the most gas on the tank at the end is going to win this.
Vikings inbound the ball. Best has it out between the circles. Feed it over to the left side to Barstead at the elbow. Gets it out to Best at the top of the key. Drives down the right side of the lane. Kicks it out to Hydorn. Hydorn back out to Best. Best takes it to the top of the key. Over to Bertram Schofield. Looks to drive the lane. Finds nowhere to go. Now trying to find somewhere to go with it. Gets it over to Hydorn on the right side. To Shipman. To Barstead. Turns around. Puts it up. No good. It just wouldn't go through. Good looking shot. Just wouldn't fall. Crickets come down the floor. Martin lays it up. Overlays it. And the Vikings have it.
Martin was looking for a foul.
Shipman puts it up and in from the right baseline.
She's got 15.
4:26 to go. Vikings up by 11. That is their biggest lead of the night. Kent with it in the right corner. Tries to get it to the lane. Martin has it. Pass gets intercepted by Hydorn. She's all alone. She takes it down, lays it up, and it's in. Molly Hydorn.
That's her first 2 points.
51-38, Vikings on top. Anders with it. Gets it over to the left side. To Steinke. Out to Kent. To Martin. Martin with a shot. It's no good. Barstead with the rebound. Gets it over to Best. Takes her time. Coming across the timeline. Feeds it over to Barstead. Long pass to Barstead, cutting through the lane. She lays it up and in. Bertram Schofield, that was a set play by the Vikings, and it worked to perfection. Timeout called by the Crickets. Vikings on top, 53-38, 3:30 to go. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School girls basketball. Our next game will be on Thursday, January 6th when the Vikings host the Spring Valley Cardinals. Live coverage on Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:55 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Thursday, January 6th.
And a little bit more about that game on Thursday. That's actually going to be part of a boys-girls doubleheader because the boys' makeup game will
with Augusta will be the first game of that doubleheader, and that will be at 5:45. We'll also have that one right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Crickets to inbound the ball. Ballrath looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets it to Steinke. Vikings still have full court pressure on. Ballrath across the timeline, down the left side, turns around in the lane, puts a shot up off the front of the iron, no good. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Kent, puts a shot up, and it rattles around and in. 53-40. Closing in on 3 minutes to go. Shipman with it to Barstead between the circles, over to Bertram Schofield on the left. Bovee between the circles, and we're going to get a whistle. And I think the foul is on Kent. It is. I think that's probably her first.
Yep.
And that'll be the 6th foul on the Crickets. Next one, and the Vikings will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Bovee inbounds it to Shipman. She gets it over to Best. Vikings taking their time. Getting it over to the right side to Bovee. To Shipman. To Bertram Schofield. She's under a lot of pressure right now. Gets it over to Barstead. To Shipman. Shipman takes it between the circles. Back over to Bertram Schofield. To Barstead. And Barstead draws the foul. And the foul is on Ballrath.
That should be her 4th.
Yes, that is 4. Anders coming back into the lineup for the Crickets. 2:25 to go. Barstead at the line for the 1-and-1. First shot is up, and it's good. Second shot on the way, off the back of the iron. Ballrath comes away with it. 54-40. Down the floor come the Crickets. Tum on the dribble. She gets it over to the right side to Ballrath, who kicks it out to Anders from inside the arc. Shot is short. Vikings come away with it. Best on the dribble. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. Bovee drives it into the lane, kicks it out to Best, to Barstead between the circles. Feeds it over to Bertram Schofield. Picks up her dribble, gives it over to Barstead. Barstead over to Bovee. To Barstead all along, then she kicks it out. Vikings are trying to kill clock, and they're pretty good at this. Shipman with it, over to Bertram Schofield, over to Barstead. And we have a whistle and a foul on Tum. That's her 3rd. And we're going to get a hockey line change for the Crickets. As the Vikings are up by 14 with 1:36 to go. Barstead's shot is good. Now she'll get another one. Second shot on the way. It's also good. 56-40.
Maddie Barstead with 14 points.
Down the floor come the Crickets. Megan Johnston on the dribble. And the pass gets stolen. Down the floor comes Bovee, lays it up, no good. Bertram Schofield with the putback, and a second putback, and it goes in. And we have a timeout being called by the Vikings. Vikings 58, Crickets 40. You're tuned
to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Black truck. Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Back here at Fall Creek High School, Crickets have the ball. Vikings also just brought 5 new players in. Dunham to inbound. And she gets it into Clawwitter, who brings it down the floor. Feeds it over to Gustafson, that tries to feed it down into the corner. It goes out of bounds after it was tipped by the Vikings. That pass was intended for Nix. So the Crickets to inbound. And it goes off of Olsen's foot, out of bounds. So the Crickets will try again. They feed it in. Shot goes up no good.
Blocked by Ainsley Olsen.
And out of bounds. Inbounding it to Nix. They get it out high. Clawwitter. Then they get it over on to Dunham. Feeding it to Nix. Then the shot goes up. Three-pointer goes in by Lexi Gustafson. Olsen with it. She's got it between the circles. And the Vikings running the clock, 28 seconds. Goodell with it on the dribble. Feeding it over to Reen. To Hajdukovic. To Heidorn. To Olsen. To Reen. 12 seconds. To Heidorn. To Hajdukovic. To Olsen. And that'll be the final score. Vikings 58 and the Fall Creek Crickets 43. Dan, that was a tale of two halves.
Yeah. Good job by Colfax to get it figured out at halftime and get back into this game.
So we'll wait for Coach Serrar to come up for post-game, and we'll have Viking post-game for you coming up right after this timeout. You've been tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
Time now for Viking postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking postgame.
And we're back here at Fall Creek High School, where the Vikings have come out on top with a final score of 58-43. And I see the folks at Fall Creek were pretty eager to get that score down from the scoreboard. I guess I can't blame them. Throughout most of the first half, it really looked like Fall Creek had a good chance to run away with this game, and Vikings had different ideas in the second half.
Yeah, good job by Coach Sarar there to make adjustments at halftime. And I got lots of good points tonight, but I thought that they did really good at second chance points. They got rebounds that they needed.
That was the thing that I noticed, is the Vikings did a much better job getting rebounding position and getting rebounds in the second half. I mean, Fall Creek totally dominated the boards in the first half. It wasn't even a contest. But in the second half, the Vikings went up and challenged for every rebound. Yeah, they got in a little more foul trouble, but nothing serious. And they battled for it, and it worked out okay for them. This was a good battle for the Vikings to have to go through.
Yeah, Gianna Voraf and Tori Martin were kind of the show in the first half. Colfax figured out how to shut them down, and they got some rebounds that they needed, and they stuck together as a team and got the win.
Well, we have Coach Sarar. Oh, they went and stole her for one of the Eau Claire TV stations, went and stole her for a quick interview. I see that. So you know what we're going to do is we're going to take a real brief time out here, and then we will have Coach Sarar up here for her post-game comments, and then we'll have Dan's game statistics and points and all that, and we'll all do all that right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. I love you. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Well, we're back here at Fall Creek High School, and Chris and Dan are over here having discussions about what they would do if they won the lottery. But we're still waiting on Coach Sarar to come up. So, Dan, why don't you run through your scoring for us real quick?
Yeah, here's the scores tonight for Fall Creek. Their leading scorer tonight was number 12, Tori Martin. She had 17. Then we had Katie Kent with 4, Gianna Voraf with 4. Oh, we had number 20, Jenna Anders with 7. We had Kennedy Tum with 3. Lexi Gustafson with 3. Marissa Dunham with 2. And Annika Steinke with 2. For the Colfax Vikings, we had McKenna Shipman with 15. Maddie Barstead with 14. Jasmine Bass with 8. And a bunch of other ones with single digits.
And we're back here now because Coach Sarar has now joined us. Well, congratulations, Coach. Tale of two halves.
Yeah, first half we just weren't ourselves. I wasn't really even sure if, they even realized, what was happening, but I was proud of the way that, they responded second half. I got after him a little bit to kind of kind of turned the ship in the right direction, and I was proud of the way that our 4 captains and our senior group got our kids going and never let them give up and fought right to the end. And I don't know what the final score was, but I know we definitely turned the tables. So
58-43, just
okay.
15-point win. That's actually sounds really nice, but it doesn't sound like the struggle it really was.
No, yeah, first half we struggled to put the ball in the basket. We struggled to play defense. We just weren't ourselves. It's been a while since we played a game, so I think it just took us a little bit to get going.
And to me, and Dan noticed the same thing, it was all about the rebounding. You guys didn't get any rebounds to speak of at all in the first half. All of a sudden, the second half, they were using body position. They were getting good rebounding position. They were fighting for every loose ball. That turned the game around. Plus that full court pressure you put on.
Yeah, like I said, I just challenged them in the locker room at halftime to just be better. We were getting outworked, we were getting out hustled. They were beating us not only to every rebound but to every loose ball, and that's just not our style of play. So, credit to the girls, for turning around. But I told the girls too, Jason is a great coach, and I knew that he was going to have his kids ready to play, and they were. They came out first half way more ready than we did. So.
And this is a real good challenge for the Vikings coming out of a long holiday break, having to get back into it with a really tough opponent. This is going to matter come sectional seeding time.
Yeah, they're in our same half sectional, so the more wins we can add to our resume in that group of teams, the better off we're going to be come playoff time.
Well, congratulations, Coach. 2 come from behind wins tonight. The JV did the same thing.
Yeah.
And 58-43, Vikings on top. And we'll have more Viking postgame right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Okay, we are ready for some more stats from Dan, as he didn't quite get everything in, I guess. Dan, why don't you finish filling us in on those?
Yeah, here's the scores tonight for Colfax. So their leading scorer was McKenna Shipman with 15. We had Maddie Barstead with 14. We had Jasmine Best with 8. We had Molly Hardorn with 2. We had Jillian Bowie with 5. Inzios with 3. And Jeanette Hajdukovic with 2.
And that all adds up to 58-43. Vikings come out victorious. Their record moves to 10-1 on the season. And they're sitting pretty going in through the rest of the season. They're one of the teams to beat now. They were ranked 9th in the state in Division 4. Going into this game, we'll have to see what this does to their ranking. It can't hurt.
Yeah, Colfax defense really hung them in this game tonight. And good job by the team sticking together, working as a team, getting down low, getting their shots. Good ball movement, deep bench. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 girls with points tonight. Deep bench is always good.
And we've got more Viking girls basketball coming up. In fact, Thursday, as part 2 of our boy-girl doubleheader on Thursday, we have the girls taking on the Spring Valley Cardinals. And that's going to be after the boys' game, about 20 minutes after the boys' game, pretty close to about regular time. We should have Viking pregame sometime right around 6:55 with the live play-by-play starting at 7:10 right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Don't forget the boys will be at 5:45. with the opening tip of that game. Their Viking pregame show will begin at 5:25 Thursday. But we've even got boys basketball coming up before that. We're right back at this tomorrow night because the Viking boys take on the Turtle Lake Lakers in a non-conference game, and our coverage will begin at 6:55, and that'll be followed by live play-by-play action. That's Colfax Viking boys tomorrow night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Also, don't forget the Bloomer Colfax wrestling team will be in action next week, Tuesday, on January 11th, when they host the Stanley Boyd Cardinals in a dual meet right at Colfax High School. Make sure you get out and watch that. Take your phones with, because we have a game that night, so you can watch the game on your phone while you're watching some good wrestling action at Colfax. And also, don't forget that tonight's Colfax High School basketball game is brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital, Dairy State Bank, Anderson Bridges, Slayton's Technology, Pleasant Valley Properties, Aaron's Custom Baling, FitFam Nutrition of Colfax, and Kyle's Buff and Shine. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. For Dan Petchow and Chris Olson, final score once again, Vikings 58, Fall Creek Crickets 43. This is Rick Olson, and you've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.